Hi guys, it's Arran here, and today I am reviewing the Legend of the White Dragon 2-pack with JDS, sorry guys, JDF as the Eric Reed, the Legend of White Dragon, or White Dragon as it's known on the back, and Arran Cherokee from Bat in the Sun as Dragon Prime. And Arran, I hope I've said your name right. So let me just give you a quick backstory. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because I don't want to give too much away. So, Eric Reed is JDF's character, like I said. And he has the power of the White Dragon, which is the good version of the two crystals, because there's two crystals in the movie, and he plays the good person. Now there's a little thing with his character's name. He named himself in that movie after his brother. It's spelled the same way. Eric is spelled the same way. And also Jenna, his daughter in real life, actually plays his daughter in the movie, Ashley Reed. And as for Dragon Prime, that's Arran Cherokee. Again, Arran, I hope I've said your name right. He has the evil part of the crystal, which is the red crystal, and he's Dragon Prime, and he's the one that basically is trying to get rid of White Dragon and get rid of his family. And so he plays White Dragon, and I don't actually know what his name is in the movie, his civilian name. I know what his suited up name is, it's Dragon Prime, but I don't know what his civilian name is, and I don't think I'll probably know until the movie comes out. But there's several people that JDF has worked with before. There's Ciara as the wife of Dragon Prime, and there's Jason Font, and there's Rachel Brooks Smith, which Jason Font and Rachel Brooks Smith are on Eric Reed's side. There are some others, but I'm not going to go into their names because I don't want to spoil the surprise. And one last thing is, I know I've said this in my other videos, the movie is out this year on September the 4th, but Arran seems to think it's locked in on this date. But September the 4th is kind of a special day it would have been JDF's 51st birthday, which is kind of a great tribute. Sad thing is, he's not going to be here in person to see the movie. But the one thing he will be is he'll be there in spirit. So, anyway, on to the review. So, in the front of the box you can see the two figures. White Dragon is this side and Dragon Prime is that side. They have a lot of accessories, including civilian heads, but there's a rather unique thing about these figures is they actually come with stands and they're customized to the character, which is great. Excuse me, guys. Which is absolutely awesome that it comes with the character, and they're from a company called Valaverse, who started up in either 2018 or 2019, one of those 2 years. And I'll tell you quickly about them. Is that company was started up by someone who used to work for Hasbro, ironically on the Power Ranger line. So he left Hasbro and started up his own business, which is good on him, I say. And another thing with these figures is I got a message at the weekend, actually it was Friday, the message I got, saying they would be shipped out at the weekend. Which they were, because I got a message saying they'd been shipped out. And lo and behold, this morning they turned up. And I am so surprised at how quickly they turned up. It's crazy. But as you can see, they come with a lot of accessories. And I do mean a lot of accessories. The design on the suits are amazing, which you'll get a close-up video, a close-up shot of the video of the suits in a bit. So I'll give you a turn around of the box, because this box is absolutely phenomenal. Sorry, more phenomenal. Now, I know it's not a Power Ranger thing, but I had to say that. And the artwork on this box is just absolutely incredible. So I'll give you a turn around of it now. Sorry guys. And so as you can see, it says Legend of White Dragon up here, or down there, I'm not sure where it says it. And coming around to the side, you get Dragon Prime on this side right here, And then coming around to the back, you get an absolutely awesome shot of both Dragon Prime and White Dragon. And it's a shot of the figures as well, which is awesome. And also, you may notice that the design, Dragon Prime is behind fire, and obviously Eric Reed is behind blue smoke, or in front of blue smoke I should say. And then on the other side you will see the White Dragon / Eric Reed. And I highly recommend you go and see this movie. I really do. Now, I don't know where it's being shown yet. Arran has said that it is being shown in cinemas, but I don't know which cinemas, and I don't know how many of the cinemas. But I do know that it's going to go onto a streaming service, and you will be able to get the DVD of it at some point. But it will be the Kickstarters, the guys that put money towards the actual film being made, that will get the DVDs and their stuff first, because without the Kickstarters, as JDF and Arran always said, this movie wouldn't have happened. Because I remember they tried to do a Kickstarter for this once before. Didn't get funded, unfortunately. And nobody knew for years what was going on with it. The JDF kept talking about it, but nobody knew for years what was going on with it. And then when COVID and lockdown hit, they put the Kickstarter back up, and it got funded. In fact, it got well over the amount of money that it was meant to, than what it actually needed. So Arran said they got a lot more special effects in this movie and extra scenes, and from what I remember, Arran also said they're doing a bonus features thing and bloopers thing. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is not only seeing the film, because it's JDF's last ever feature film, and also it was his baby, as Arran called it. It's also been a long wait for it, and trust me, from what I've seen, it's well worth the wait, because I've seen the trailer, and they're releasing a new trailer at the San Diego Comic-Con in, I think it's July. I will check that and I'll put it in the video. But like they did on the first trailer, it will go up after it'll go up on YouTube after San Diego Comic Con. And this one last thing I'm going to say before I get it out of the box. This is nothing to do with Power Rangers. Completely separate from the brand, from the Power Ranger brand and Hasbro. So although it has the actors that were in Power Rangers in it, it's nothing to do with Power Rangers. One thing I forgot to say was follow Back in the Sun and follow the Legend of White Dragon Facebook page, and they also have a YouTube page and an Instagram page. Just Google Back in the Sun basically and Legend of White Dragon. And on the back of the box it gives you a little synopsis of little story. But anyway, let's get these babies out of the box, shall we? So guys, as I took the figures out of the box, I just noticed this picture here. Now, it could be either helmet, because from what I can see, but I think both the helmets are the same from what I can tell. The only difference in the helmets is the paint job from what I can tell. But yeah, I didn't know this design was behind the figures, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, onto the figures. So I've got JDF / White Dragon out of the box, and I must say, looks absolutely phenomenal. To the point where I would say out of all the figures I've got, apart from, well, all the figures I've got out of the Lightning Collection, and I know that's not really a fair comparison because it's not a Lightning Collection figure, but if I'm going to compare it to the Lightning Collection, I would say this is the best looking figure I've had outside of Lightning Collection. This might even top the Lightning Collection. And that's rare for me to say, as you guys know. Now, I'm not going to do close-ups because I have a new piece of equipment that allows me to do better close-ups than what you would get if you say I zoomed in. But I will tell you what you get. You get obviously the civilian head, of which I love. And the numbers on JDF's head is 1, 2, 6, 3, which I believe is something to do with the prison thing. Because if you've watched the first trailer, you see that he gets captured and what looks like he got arrested because he's behind a prison cell. So that's what I think the numbers are for. And also the accessories you get not just the head, you get the stand that says White Dragon, which is in a nice, I want to say blue. You get one gauntlet, and there's a reason why you only get one, because you can take the effects piece off that he's on his hand there, and put this gauntlet on and a different hand, which I actually think is a great idea, switching out gauntlets than trying to switch out hands, because I hate switching out hands. And you get several different hands. You get, I don't know, 2 hands open effects, kind of like what he does on Power Rangers when he does like that, or like that rather. You get Karate Chop hand. That's not the correct terminology for it, but that's what everyone else calls it, to be fair. And actually you get 2 of those, and that's all the accessories you get for him, and obviously you get the helmet, obviously. The one thing I will quickly tell you is, I don't know why you would want to do this, but the shield can come off of him. Now, I don't know why you would want to do that, because it wouldn't fit on any other figure, but it can come off of him. Unless you can do like a scene where he loses his powers, or Dragon Prime steals his powers. But I will give you a close-up in a minute, and also, just quickly, because I love the colour variations in the silver. In fact, I'm working on something at the moment. Well, there's 2 things. I'm working on something at the moment to do with Legend of the White Dragon. And I'm also going to get the official exact proper replica of this helmet when it comes out. But I have got to save like crazy, because it's going to be $1,000. So if you want one, you're going to have to save like crazy. Oh yeah, and keep an eye on Bat and Sun and Legend of the White Dragon's website, because they said they might put pre-orders up for the helmets. So if you want one of these helmets, because they said they might, rather than put them straight up for sale, they might put pre-orders, so they know how many they need to get made. because obviously not everyone's going to be able to afford a grand's worth of helmet. I mean, normally I wouldn't be able to, but since Hasbro's not around till next year. But anyway, so this is Dragon Prime. Again, he looks absolutely fantastic. I love him, I really do. In fact, the one thing I would say is, well, I say I love him. I love both these figures, to be fair. I really do. But it's kind of the whole difference between the two figures. Like, the suits are the same, but the colour differences. It goes really well with the black figure as well. So again, this figure looks absolutely amazing. Again, you can take the shield off. And what I will do is I will swap the shields round. So I'll swap the White Dragon shield onto Dragon Prime, and I'll swap Dragon Prime's shield onto White Dragon in a minute. So yeah, the attention to detail on these figures is phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. And don't quote me on this, but I've heard that when the movie comes out, I've heard that the cast and Arran and his dad are going to be coming to some cons over here. And from what the rumours I've heard are that have been going through Back in the Sun, they might bring the suits over. And if they bring those suits over, God damn it, I will die. Because a couple of people wondered what has happened to JDF's Legend of White Dragon suit. Some people have wondered, has it got really damaged and have they thrown it away, or have Tammy and Jenna got it, which would be great for them to have, but in the Arran and his dad still have JDF suit. Because obviously that was the last thing Jason ever wore, so of course they're not going to get rid of it. And I've got a feeling if they do bring these suits to cons, they're either going to be in display cases or they're going to have do not touch signs on them. Particularly, obviously, he wore, well, both these suits were worn by JDF, which was the last feature film he did, but Anyway, I'll show you the accessories now, or I'll talk about them now rather. So you get the stand in red and it says Dragon Prime on it. Just make sure I got that right. Yes, I have. You get the one gauntlet, like I said, on the Eric Reed figure. And that's for when you switch the weapon over to hands. And all the hands are the exact same as the White Dragon figure, because essentially the only thing that's different with these figures are the suits. Everything else is the same. There's no difference. Apart from, obviously, the civilian heads. Or head, I should say, rather. And Arran's head, or Dragon Prime's head, looks absolutely fantastic. It really does. I mean, this is the first figure Arran's ever had, isn't it? And he said when he got one of these, because they got sent theirs before anyone else did, they got sent the prototypes. And he said it's always been a dream of his to have an action figure with his helmet, with his head on it, rather. And he said, if that's the only figure I get out of this movie, I'm damn proud of it. Which I completely agree. But yeah, the likeness to Arran is phenomenal and it's just incredible. Well, both heads are incredible. I mean, one of the things I like about JDF's face, and just quickly, I know I'm going off the subject of this one, is they've captured his facial expressions and the beard perfectly. And one of the things that I really like about it is they've even got the grey in JDF's beard, which I was just amazed by. So I'll give you a close-up of this figure now as well. And I'll let you know my ratings towards the end, but I think you guys know my ratings. So yeah, on with the close-up look. So here is White Dragon / Eric Reed / JDF. Again, the level of detail on him as well is absolutely amazing. Again, like I did with Dragon Prime, I'm not going to show you the hands, but I'll show you the other bits. Well, actually you can see the hands, I'm just not going to hold them up. What I'll do is I'll show you the head first. which seems very weird actually holding JDF's head in my hand. But yeah, the level of detail on his head is incredible. And there's the numbers I was talking about. But yeah, the level of detail on his head is incredible. They've even got the grey in his beard and the mohawk, which I remember actually when he first got this. From what I remember, he actually did it himself. He stood in front of a mirror in his bathroom. Don't know why I'm doing that because you can't see my hand. And with a pair of scissors and locked his own hair off. So what I'll do is I'll show you detail on the figure next. Which, as I've said, is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, the level of detail on this figure, sorry guys, is absolutely phenomenal. Coming down to the, even down to the little detailing on the actual suit is just phenomenal. Now what I'll do is I'll flip it over and show you the back. Again, you can feel all the detail and see all the detail on the back. And I'm going to show you the bottom of his boots because unlike the Lightning faction, they're very detailed. Stabbed myself with his weapon. There's the detail on his boots, on the bottom of his boots. Again, it's absolutely incredible. Again, he does have holes in his feet, obviously because of the stand. You don't just have to use this stand, you can use a normal one as well. But I will be using their stands. And I think probably my favourite thing about all of these figures is there's a couple of things, but I think my favourite thing about both of these figures is the detail on the heads. I mean, out of all the other JDF heads I've got, Lightning faction, Super 7. Super 7's is awesome, don't get me wrong. But I would say this head is the most accurate head you will ever find. And I stand by that. I do think you won't find any other accurate head. The only time you might find one is if 3-0 decide to bring out civilian heads, which I don't think they will, because it would mean you'd have to take the helmets off the suits. But the one thing I just noticed, actually, I'm going to pick up the head for a minute. Again. Is they've even got his little earring in. Because he wore like black earrings for the Legend of White Dragon, and they actually have included those. The one thing that kind of makes me a bit sad is that JDF wasn't here to see the completion of these figures. He didn't even see the prototype, which is a bit sad, but then on the other hand, I think, well, I know actually, I don't think he would be very happy with these figures. In fact, knowing JDF, he'd probably buy 3. By the way, I think, and I will put these down below if they are, I believe these are still available on Valaverse, but I'm not 100% sure. You know what, I completely forgot to show you guys the stand. Which is absolutely amazing. It's very detailed again, and I love it. I love the fact they included these. I love these figures. And the one thing I haven't actually showed you yet is we haven't swapped the shields over. But I can still show you in this mode. We'll just have to stop the camera and swap them. So here's the close-up in Dragon Prime. Again, he looks absolutely amazing. What I'll do is I'll hold up the head now. This is Arran's head. That sounds weird to say. So, and what I'll do as well is I'll hold the figure up a little bit so you can get a bit more of a detail on the suit. So I'll show you the back as well, because the back is also detailed. And for any of you guys that want to know, it does have the holes in its feet. Obviously, because it has its own stand. And I won't hold up the hands because, knowing me, I'll drop them and they're a nightmare to find. But what I will hold up if I can get hold of it. Make sure I'm holding it up the right way. Is the Dragon Prime stand, which again is fantastic. Again, I highly recommend these figures, even if you're not a fan of the film. I recommend these figures just because the whole design of them is unique. Sorry guys. So yeah, that's Dragon Prime. So this is the figures now. I've swapped over the shields, and it looks very weird because Dragon Prime is now wearing a gold shield, which he is a black figure, so he should be wearing a black shield, but in a way it kind of looks good as well, kind of suits. And I'll show you the back. I actually never noticed the design on the back before. And this is White Dragon with Dragon Prime shield on. Again, looks weird, but in a way also works. And there's the back. They are the same shield, just in different colours. But it does look weird, but at least they've actually given you the opportunity to do that if you wanted to. Because Hasbro, until the 30th anniversary figures, never actually let you swap shields around. But yeah, I give these figures 10 out of 10. I absolutely love them. Highly recommend them. Again, if they're still available, I will put the link down below. If not, I know they are getting more stock, but I don't know when. But I'm pretty sure they are still available on their site. I'll put the link down below, but their site is Valaverse.com, if I've got that right, which I'm pretty sure I have. But yes, highly recommend these figures. Again, this is not how these figures came. The shields were switched round, but you can do it, which is awesome. So, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.